So in essence, what clear roles and responsibilities means is that you don't take for granted because you've told somebody what their job is, that they have fully understood that. You need to write it down. You need to have it that it's 80-20 rule, whereby 80% of the job you're asked them to do is very unique to them. And then there's 20%, a bit of overlap where they can pick up from other people as well. Never assume that the person has clearly understood what your intent is, because what that can lead to later on down the line is conflict between your players, if it is about their roles and responsibilities. But if it's about your management team, your background team, it can lead to conflict within that team as well, or a not too efficient management team. And what I mean by that is that you may have someone there who you've asked to come in to help motivate players, or to take sessions, or get bibs ready or balls ready, and then halfway through the season that player is now shouting over to you during a game, change this and change that, and you, in your head, you're thinking, well, I didn't tell him to do that. They're thinking he didn't tell me not to do it, and that's where conflict can come into it as well. Especially for coaches and managers. Coaches and managers should be different in their role. It doesn't matter whether a coach actually takes an active part in the game, the development of the game, but where possible there should be a definition or distinction between both of those. 80% of the work a manager should be doing is oversight. It's overseeing hard trainings go on, it's overseeing that the physios are going well, that people are well on their way to recovery, that you're planning, you're linking in with your committees or your player associations, to say here's where we are, planning for the next game, planning for the tactics of that game, trying to speak to players to get an understanding of what players are doing, day and daily, and how their personal lives are going, and getting the understanding of players. The role of the coach, on the other hand, is to get the most out of those players while they're in that training session, and develop those players while they're taking part in that training. They're two different roles. Can a coach and a manager interact or interlink with each other time to time? Yeah, of course it can. That's where that 80% flexibility comes into. A manager can step in and take a training session. A manager can step in and take an element of training and allow the coach to step back. But primarily, the coach's job is there to run the drills, run and see how things are going. He gets a feel for that environment at that time. He gets a feel for how the training is going at that low level, at that eye level, to see how the intensity of training is going. The players are switched on and they're doing what's expected. Whereas a manager can be standing up high, looking at it, looking from a bigger picture, taking players out and speaking to players around a big performance, seeing that the player gets to understand for the bigger objective of what that team is. So very, very clear roles and responsibilities right from the start will ensure that you have success this coming year.